Did you feel it? The air pressure over Allen Park dropping a notch like a storm front marching in before anyone checks the radar? The parking lot looks normal. The building looks normal. But inside the walls is a different kind of quiet. The kind that makes you put your phone face down because you don't want to jinx what might be about to happen. Picture a dark meeting room, 3 clips looping on a screen. 3rd and 7 in December. Quarterback hitches, climbs, throws first down. Again, hitch, climb, throw first down. One more time, hitch, climb, throw season tilted by inches. The faces in the room aren't panicked. They're stubborn. You can almost hear the dry erase squeak. Close the pocket from both edges. Make the climb a trap. Here's the part that grabs your ribs. This isn't a slogan. It's a decision. Detroit's window is real, not theoretical. And windows don't stay open because you wish politely. They stay open because you force them with a crowbar and then wedge your shoulder through. If you've been watching this team grow up under Dan Campbell, you know the changing of gears when it happens, when an idea becomes a plan and a plan becomes logistics. And right now, the logistics feel close. Close enough that, if you listen hard enough, you can hear a rush ends cleats walking down a hallway that used to be a little too quiet on passing downs. Stay with me and here's what you'll get. Why this week matters more than last week. How a single trait can change Detroit's whole third down personality. What the staff wants this defense to be in January. And how one addition would ripple through Hutch's usage. The interior's one-on-one rate and the coverage menu behind it. I'll pull apart roll, rotation, install, and the cap logic without giving you a fake headline. The payoff lands later after we put the stakes on the table, because when you see the board clearly, the reveal stops being a rumor and starts being a strategy. You're watching Lions News Fan Report, the place where Lions fans talk like family about football that actually happens on Sundays. If you live and breathe this team, hit subscribe, drop a like, and lock in. We're going to walk this all the way from whiteboard to whistle. Let's set our feet. Detroit's identity isn't a bumper sticker. It's a posture. It's the way the offense stays on schedule, without blinking. The way the line of scrimmage bends our way on purpose. The way Ben Johnson steals easy yards with motion and leverage, so the hard yards arrive when you can afford them. Defensively, the ethos is simple and loud. Be honest with 4. Bully with 5, and keep 0 in a glass case for emergencies. It is a plan built for January. When blitzball gets you burned and closing time is about tackles that don't miss and edges that arrive on time. Last season's self-scout didn't lie. On too many high-leverage snaps, the quarterback's escape hatch lived inside the right tackle. Hutch won his side, the pocket spilled the other way, and the throw found grass. That's not a scheme failure, it's a math problem. One more first step winner turns almost into overdot now, the news you came for. Inside the building, Detroit is zeroed in on adding a true opposite edge closer, and the name rising to the front of the board is Azeez Ojulari. The fascination isn't a poster or a jersey. It's a profile, burst that forces the tackle's hips open, a tight rip that keeps him skinny through the B-gap. And enough inside counter to punish oversets when Hutch K's the far edge. This is not a team announcement. It's a live scenario, a lane the Lions are actively exploring because it fits what the defense wants to be when the clock starts screaming in January. Why Ojulari? Because traits travel. Line him up in a wide 9 next to a 3-tech game, and suddenly the quarterback's comfort step becomes a trap step. He sells speed, snaps back inside. And your looping tackle is waiting right in that climb lane that has been breaking hearts since Thanksgiving. On 2nd and long, his get-off damages the protection even when he doesn't win clean. Late chips, delayed backs, routes that never stack on time. That half-beat he steals is the half-beat your safeties need to play top down instead of panic down. Against the run, he's not a freelancing hero. He plays square, squeezes the track, keeps his outside shoulder clean, and lets the back bubble in to help. If offenses sprint out to his side to steal an easy stick, his first 2 steps flatten the angle and make the quarterback throw from the wrong foot. It's not about sack dances. It's about forcing worse throws sooner. Roll and rotation matter. This isn't give me 65 snaps and pray. It's packages that sharpen what he already does best. Nickel world, wide alignments, games that put a guard in conflict, plus a measured early ramp that treats soft tissue like the enemy. You add an opposite closer and practice changes by itself. Tuesday's hand fights feel like Sunday. Tackles anchor for real. The interior sees truer sets because protection can't slide to hutch all day. Your one-gap penetrators get honest one-on-ones in money downs. And your back seven stops living on the ragged edge of coverage because the ball arrives Messier and earlier. Installation doesn't need to be dramatic. Week 1 is language and landmarks. Where your toes are, where your eyes go, what the call means when the motion lies. Week 2 is timing with the 3 tech and the mic, so that games hit like one idea instead of 2 good intentions. By week 3, you'll feel it in the stadium, more than you'll see it on the telestrator. The sharp inhale before the roar when a quarterback pumps and tucks because the edge arrived on schedule. That sound is worth field position in a month you can't afford to give any away. Let's talk cap, without making your eyes glaze over. Detroit's plan is grown man smart. Keep the core fed. Maintain mid-season flexibility and avoid painting yourself into second apron corners that punish creativity. An edge addition like this lives inside that map through stagger guarantees and availability triggers. Earn it. Bank it. Miss time. The structure protects the room. It's not a fireworks show. It's a function move aimed at the most expensive down in football. 3rd and 7 when everyone in the stadium knows what you want and your only answer is win. Anyway, risk is real and pretending otherwise is how teams lie to themselves. Soft tissue history? Manage the ramp. Cadence tells inside the division? Study the centers like they're quarterbacks. Game's a half yard off. Fix the spacing or don't call it. And the human piece the room? Veterans don't love seeing their snaps trimmed. Young guys don't love the depth chart moving. You solve it with honesty, not slogans. This is how many. This is when. This is why the 4th quarter will feel better than it did last year. The truth travels faster than platitudes. In an NFL locker room. Zoom out. You don't chase this because it's shiny. You chase it because the math of January says 4 that win beats 6 that almost get there. You chase it because adding a second closer turns Hutchinson from tornado every snap to tornado on purpose, and that distinction matters in December legs. You chase it because it shortens games in a division that will be decided by 3 plays and 2 coaching decisions. And you chase it because this offense breathes easier with 2 short fields a month. And you know exactly how those short fields happen. The rake on the throwing hand, the ball on the turf, the stadium waking up like a THUNDERCLAP. Is this fact or speculation? Here's the line. Fact. Detroit self-scout identified the inside climb alley as a December problem. Fact. The staff wants to keep the identity honest with 4 and 5, not live on zero pressure. Fact. The calendar, the cap, and the rotation all align for a targeted edge addition that wins first steps and forces earlier throws. Speculation. That the name turns into a handshake, that the framework lands at a number both sides can live with, and that availability cooperates. The interest is real because the fit is real. The finish line is still the finish line. Here's my personal read, and I'll put my name on it. If the price stays same thing, mid-round capital, plus a structure that protects the room, I smash the green button. Ojulari next to Hutch doesn't just add sacks. It changes who we are on the downs that decide flights in January. It lets Aaron Glenn call coverages like a man with options. It keeps the interior fed with singles they can turn into doubles. It gives the offense 2 extra possessions a month without asking Jared Goff to do magic tricks in traffic. If the ask balloons into something that mortgages next year's flexibility or ignores availability risk, you walk and trust the development pipeline you've been feeding. But if it stays in the realm of grown man business, you don't nibble, you finish. Detroit has earned the right to act like a team that can end games with its front. One more edge who wins early makes that statement true when the air is thin and the lights are cool. Drop your take. Would you tilt the rotation heavy early to bank wins or slow cook it so the legs sing in January? Do you want the full wide nine mayhem package on money downs or a steadier mix that keeps offenses guessing? Either way, you can feel it, right? That change in air pressure. That's what a real window sounds like.